So today we're doing our fifth interview for Canada Tourism Week. And today we're talking to Jordan Jamison from Red Rock Adventure. Hi, Jordan.
Hi, Natasha.
So tell us a little bit about Red Rock. I see that you have adventure, you have tours, you
hmm
have lots of things going on. You're offering a phenomenal series of services. Can you tell us a bit about it?
Yeah, so Red Rock Adventure operates out of St. Martin's, New Brunswick, but we do tours all over the province. We base everything on four pillars right now, and that would be our adventure, which is multi-day or single-day adventure. Culinary experiences, so we've got everything ranges from beach barbecues to pretty elaborate low-tide sea caves dinners with pretty famous chefs. We have an outdoor education side of what we do as well, whether that's Paddle Canada courses, working with schools to provide multi-day adventures for kids, and Duke of Edinburgh certifications. And we also have a travel trade department, which we take people from all over the world to tour around New Brunswick, and that can range anywhere from 4 days to 9 days. And that can be on the funny footpath, or it can be inn-to-inn, hotel-to-hotel touring all of southern New Brunswick, whale watching, kayaking, all that fun stuff. So lots to keep ourselves, our staff, and people interested and happy and excited about what we do on a day to day.
So how did everything that's going on right now has impacted you so far? Let's go into chronological order. How did everything that came up impact you from until today?
Well, it was kind of it was a difficult thing to process for a lot of people. I think not just us. We are happy. We're really excited about the progress New Brunswick has made as a whole. I think we've done it. We've done a really good job. Our leaders have done a good job in trying to contain everything and keep people informed. Um, we're happy with the communication that Government New Brunswick and other in many task force have kept open. Tie-in-B is a great example of open communication with operators around the province. So we've been doing our best to participate in as much as we can and be on the task force and speak with other operators through this time to kind of make sure we're all on the same page, see what we're doing, and see what the plan is, and see how we can help each other out. So in terms of numbers, we have a lot of, for example, American clients. So that has impacted our bottom line a lot, but we're um, we're really trying to do our best to keep positive. And I think in that positivity, we've had some really cool things come out of this situation. We're looking to offer a couple new experiences this year. So, for example, New Brunswickers who have done a tour with us before, they can actually come with us and experience something brand new that we've never offered before. And it kind of just happens to line up with that tour in your own province idea that's being pushed. So we're always looking to do something new. So it's going to be really fun for some people this year to see kind of the things we come up with, and we're excited to maybe try some new things with locals and help them, discover, explore, experience their own backyard. Being in the business we get to see awesome things all the time, and being able to share that with the people around us is definitely one of our number one goals.
That's really awesome. It's fun to hear such positive note also. Um, so the is how are you planning to, because I'm guessing that you're going to do basic target marketing. Do you have
Mhm.
any specific plan or specific field that how are you going to go about targeting the people that you want for these adventures?
Well, at least from my part side of how what I do with Red Rock Adventure, I've been trying to push out some positives, some warmth in all our, for example, social media posts, more consistency, something that people can see, and nothing that really that pushes just Red Rock Adventure. Because we operate all over New Brunswick, we're showing pictures from Campobello Island, we're showing pictures from St. Andrews, from St. Martin's, obviously, because it is a really beautiful place. Pictures on the Fundy Trail, which just recently opened up all the way to Sussex, which is awesome and amazing and really great accomplishment for the people working on that project. So not only are we pushing New Brunswick, um, which has been great. But we've thrown in a couple of things that are specific to us. We just recently, I think it was a week or two ago, posted a 2.5 minute video that kind of explains the story of Red Rock Adventure. And when we posted that, that was one of the very few posts, but one of the posts that we targeted New Brunswickers. We specifically boosted to people living in the province. Of course, it could travel out to other places like Quebec, the States, everything like that, simply because of our followers. But really, that was pushed towards just New Brunswickers because it had some great shots of the landscape, and while it was our story, it showed some really positive looks on the landscape of the province and things you can do here.
Are you talking, are you targeting, will you be targeting, or are you targeting by interest, or are you targeting by the just demography or geography?
Yeah, at the moment for that specific example, that was just geography. We wanted to, we know, for example, while we do operate all of our tours bilingually, we do know, for example, ourselves in St. Martin's, we do have a bit of a gap with people in the northern part of the province. So we did target the entire province, hoping that some people in the north and the northeast would actually pick up what we're looking down. What we're putting down. Sometimes, through our website and social media, we don't come across as a bilingual province. We know that's a gap that we really kind of need to concentrate on. While our guides and everything are bilingual, not all of our guides. I'm not bilingual. I wish I was, but working on it. So we know there was a gap there. So this one was by geography. Some other times, like for example, last year when we came out with our what I would call a commercial for our Savor the Sea Caves event, that was targeted kind of by interest as well as geography. Because at that point we were targeting people who would be interested in that event and bringing them up from the States to St. Martin's.
Foodies, which is such a big
Foodies.
market.
Yeah,
Just an
absolutely.
awesome market. What are the perceived or assumed challenges for this summer for you guys?
I think our biggest challenge is trying to predict what's going to be happening this summer in terms of numbers and comparing that to staffing and the needs of how many people we're going to bring in. We obviously, just with what the climate is, we're going to expect smaller numbers, but just how small or how large or what New Brunswickers are going to do in terms of travel is still, as much as we discuss it, how are we going to know until we're actually in it? So coming into every year, sometimes we feel a small percentage of that, like we don't know how quickly people are going to come up, who's going to travel from where. So it's just a little different this year. We don't know who's going to travel from where in terms of the province. We're taking all the precautions we can. We're following all the work safe screens, masks, things like that. And then what we're going to do is just make sure that every person who comes through the door is comfortable. And hopefully through that, we can encourage them to come back, their friends to come, or even as they travel the province, see that operators as us or other operators around the province are taking similar steps to ensure people's safety.
Are you looking at some type of innovation or virtual experiences, like bring us canoeing or bring us, eating out? Well, I'm not eating out, but, having the chance to sit down during low tide and having a chef explain to you food? Or did you look at that possibility? Is that a potential aspect for you to look at? Or are you really looking for a lot of face-to-face mostly?
I think at the moment we've been looking at a lot at face-to-face. We've always just really enjoyed taking people out and showing them, the Fundy footpath, the waters of the Bay of Fundy. It's such a joy for us. We haven't really looked to take that aspect out. We believe we can still take out a certain number of people, whether it's hiking, kayaking, to a beach barbecue safely and in a way that makes them feel comfortable. So we haven't quite moved to that virtual spot yet. As things like our social media develops, we have talked amongst ourselves in the past about maybe coming up with some sort of instructional series on things like that, or a series on exactly what it looks like to come kayaking with us. But in terms of fully moving in that direction, we haven't yet. Really, all of us are working with Red Rock because of the passion we have for outdoors, bringing people outdoors, and just to kind of experiencing what that has, what those areas have to offer. So moving it to a totally virtual stuff, uh, or totally virtual side of our work is, if we were to do that, it would be pretty slow simply because we love the interaction we have with people.
Yes, maybe a touch of it a little bit just to promote, and
Yeah,
then we could
yeah,
work
maybe.
together, maybe, make
Yeah,
some.
it is. It would make sense to have a mix of it. Try to get people interested, see what we're doing. Then, to be honest, it's a fantastic idea. Simply because people who may not be familiar with us can kind of see what we're working with and what we're doing to keep others safe and encourage people to get out.
Yeah, and not only that, if, for example, if you have a large market in Quebec or Ontario, they can
Mm,
plan for next year because
yeah.
awareness. I think that's one of the challenges that people have. We don't have not a lot of operators, or I'm not talking for you specifically, but a lot of operators don't necessarily have a big budget for marketing, and
Mm,
awareness is not always on top of mind. But this summer will be, summer and next year will be the best time to start doing some awareness in Quebec, in Ontario, in order to
mhm,
prepare the next season. So that's going to be an interesting factor also to look at during this summer.
mhm.
How many employees do you guys hire? Do you have? I'm guessing that you have a lot of students, and are you? I'm guessing that you're hoping to maintain all of these positions. So what are you looking for this summer?
Well, at least to start out, we've had to heavily cut back um, uh, our current base of employees, simply because when we look at the travel trade side of things, when we look at people coming from other provinces, from the states and other countries, we do see a lot of, simply because of not being able to come to the country, into the province, we have had a lot of opportunities for our employees kind of disappear. So we still are looking to keep a small base of our employees. For us, we consider everyone that works at our company skilled workers, especially our guides. They have to have certifications, experience, certain comfort levels in water with rescues, for example, on a trail, on the trail. So we are doing our best to maintain what we can. Obviously, where we don't even know if, the weekend we open, we have no idea if people are going to show up. We have cut down on our employees, but it's a strategy to make sure that this year is still a good year in terms of what we do, and then have a really strong 2021. I mean, we want to not only survive but continue to thrive in 2020. But then, if we're able to do that, we think 2021 can be a fantastic year, with a lot of people, whether it's from another province or other countries, excited about New Brunswick. New Brunswick's done so well that I think it's starting to really be on people's radar. And I've always maintained that New Brunswick is Canada's best kept secret, and it kind of seems like that secret is, coming out to
Coming
other
out,
places
yes.
right now. Yeah, so we're really excited. This year's gonna be tough, but we're still excited for it.
I was discussing with Jeff Granby yesterday. Yes,
Mhm.
yesterday, and we were discussing the opening of from Holy Whale, um, and we were discussing the opening of the Fundy Pathway and how
Mm.
that could be a game changer for them in Alma. So let's go on the other side. So
Yeah.
how does that work for you guys in St. Martin's?
Well, I know I think it was last weekend that they fully first opened for the first weekend, and the enthusiasm for so many people coming out to the opening of it was, I think, overwhelming for some people there. But it was great. I mean, it's great to see that people recognize that not only is the Funny Trail open, but in terms of our current climate, it is such a great place to go. I
We
mean,
have
you
it
have
all
some of
for
the
ourselves this summer.
Exactly. Yeah, it's some of the best views in the province. Some people may not even recognize that, and you can do it from your car. So even if you are tentative about getting out of your car and going at the lookouts, you can at least go through. And from other side, if you're coming from Sussex, for example, you go through, you see these fantastic views, you grab a ice cream down in St. Martin's, you turn around, you can go back up through Sussex. But because you're coming from different angles and sides, the views going back are completely different than the views coming down. So it's a really great piece of New Brunswick that I mean, we operate in there throughout the summer all the time, because we take people on hikes and uh, through there, and so it is kind of, I haven't gotten bored of it yet, and I see it every day.
Well, I don't think, yeah, I'm not sure that will ever happen.
No, I don't think it will.
Yeah, yes, definitely. So
Yeah.
invitation to New Brunswickers and to other operators to come and see you are everywhere in New Brunswick.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, the village of St. Martin's, Red Rock, what we're doing, it's growing and growing, and people are becoming more aware of the area and the views it has to offer, and the activity, and the just the family atmosphere that is blowing up in that area. We're so excited. We had, for example, a couple last year come out to St. Martin's. They're like, we've been in Fracton our whole lives, and I haven't been in St. Martin's in 20 years. And I'm like, it's right down the road, like a little over an hour, we'll say. And it's just, it always blows people's minds. It's a great way to see the tides. You got your caves. It's a great place to, to eat. It's now a bookend to the Fundy Trail. So I think it's one of those places in New Brunswick that's really going to blow up and be exciting for a lot of people.
Well, thank you so much, Jordan.
Yeah, no problem.
Have a
Thanks.
great summer.
Oh, you too. Hope to see you soon.